Hi traders, Adam Ryan here from Optic Trading, and this is this week's market recap video covering crude oil. So before we start with this week, we're going to get into last week and just talk about that because that's going to lead us up into this week. Now in last week's market recap video, we discussed how we had 3 open near the high, close near the low days consecutively. Market was getting too short. Then on the Friday session, we gapped up and that started a short covering rally. Now, what we want to note is that this is very important going forward on Monday's session because we want to see is this attracting more sellers now that we had a pullback? Are we going to attract more sellers, or are the shorts out of the market with the short covering rally and we're going to head higher? So it's very important where we open up, what happened overnight. Did we open up higher? Did we open up lower? Did we open up in the range, or did we open up in the range and push out? All those kind of things are what we're going to be wanting to look at. And on Monday we had a holiday, which is this small day right here, and then Tuesday is the day where we're going to be starting our analysis, looking at our scenarios here, whether we're going to be pushing lower or higher. So we opened up right in the middle of Friday's range. We pushed down to the low. Buyers stepped in and then pushed us higher for the remainder of the day, and we actually got a spike high into the close. So this is telling us that there's a high chance that the higher time frame shorts are out of the market because they're not willing to hop on a pullback and push prices lower, and we just grinded higher the most of the day with a strong close. So again, we want to see in the next day, where are we going to open up? Are we going to have acceptance of this spike or rejection of this spike higher? So what we see was we did get acceptance right off the open. We pulled back to a key level, which I noted in last week's market recap. I told you that this was the level to watch going forward. We pulled back into that level, popped up higher, and again, we're seeing that, okay, buyers are now taking control. Buyers are stepping in. They're taking control. The shorts appear to be out at this point, so we're going to be looking for the buy side. Then we get Thursday, come out, another gap higher. We pull back, buyers step in. Crude inventory numbers gets released, and it's massive. Okay, massive volume on the crude inventory number. Like a big day in these conditions are like 40,000 contracts traded in a 5-minute period when the numbers released. We had over 70,000 contracts traded, so almost double in a 5-minute period. So I'm expecting that this was going to just take off and fly, but that's actually not what happened. There's 4 setups we use in the optic trading methodology for crude inventory number or any major news number. So one of those setups triggered, and we came up to a VPOC that was sitting right around here, and sellers came in, and it wasn't an alarm because we had such big volume. The conviction was there, and oftentimes you'll get these little reactions at levels and you'll just blow through. So nothing really alarmed me at this point. Then we went up to test it again, pulled back, and then we just chopped, and we had this slow grind. This wasn't normal price action considering the high volume that we got. I was thinking that this was just going to go higher. So that was a little hint to me that something wasn't normal here considering the volume and the news that came out. It should have been a lot of a bigger move, and it wasn't. So what we wanted to see was what's going to happen overnight, and are we going to continue this move? Are we going to open strong, or are we going to pull back, open lower, or open in the range? Now we see we got a gap lower on Friday, which is today, and we just pretty much went down for the remainder of the day. We didn't do any with real force, but we moved back through the inventory number. So this is a key thing to note. When you see market action and it should do something, but it doesn't, that's a huge red flag. Like, the market should have been flying here. The news was great, the volume was great, and then all of a sudden it just dies out. So that's a little something to put on your radar. It doesn't mean that necessarily we're not going to go up again, because we can still go up, but it's something to keep a note of as a future reference. So Friday comes, we're just going down all session. Nothing really happening here. But if the news was so bullish and this volume is so huge, you'd think that we'd get follow through the next day. So going forward on Monday, we're going to want to keep an eye on where we're opening, how the market's acting, the price action, and see if we're going to continue to the downside or we're going to go higher, or we may just open inside and chop. Right now it looks like that we're going to have another leg down. We're going to continue to the downside. Of course, we're going to have to monitor that on Monday to see what happens. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's market recap video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and thanks for watching.